Hey guys, man, Nicky here. So doing a little 5th gen Camaro SS tuning today on the dyno. And this one's got a couple parts thrown at it. So 2011 Camaro SS. And it's got some LSA parts on it. So the customer bought it this way. He bought it with, and I still got, don't mind that, I still got that disconnected. I was doing a little bit of rewiring on it, but anyway, he bought it this way. And as far as I can tell, it's got LSA heads and LSA blower. The amount of timing it's taking, I don't think it's an entire LSA engine. I think when he bought it, the seller was kind of making it sound like he did an engine swap in it, but as far as me tuning it, when I started tuning on it, timing is 15, 60 degrees, which indicates to me the higher compression SS LS3. So where LSA motors with similar mods, it's got stock pulleys on, it's got headers, we would be mid-20s for timing on 93 octane. So I'm thinking it's an LS3 bottom end with a LSA top end. So it's had a lot of little stuff going on in the tune that I had to clean up. So I got most of that stuff cleaned up. I'm gonna plug this in while we're standing here because it was bugging me. Yeah, some of it didn't have a 3-bar map sensor on it. I always like to have those on for the transient fueling. It does seem like it has a little bit of a cam in it, and with the kind of power it's making, I'm guessing it does. It's got a little bit of a chop. So it's got some, it looks like they're 1.7/8 long tube headers. I think they're BBK, it's a little lower, the lower dollar ones. It's got a nice CAI intake on it. It has he put a Borla, I think it's got a Borla Attack axle back on it, or cat back. So it's got some sound to it. It's a nice looking car. It's got that vinyl graphic on it. So yeah, I've done a couple working runs on it, gotten the tune pretty much squared away. So I'll do a couple more runs here. We'll get them on video here, and we'll see where I can end up for some final power numbers. Let's go check out this final pull here. So 566, 508 torque. And that's looking pretty good. Again, it's really kind of an unknown combination. So as to how much power it should make, we're just at a guess. But it's stock pulley, it's got headers, it seems to have a small cam. Basically we're at stock boost level, so normally these cars, like a manual transmission 5th gen ZL1, will be right about 500 at the tires, stock, like a completely stock ZL1. So granted, this is a higher compression engine. If it's got a little bit of a cam, headers, that's where we're seeing that extra power over like what a stock ZL1 would be, a stock LSA engine. So, but yeah, as far as like air fuel, I got the air fuel where I run it. I got the timing where I want it, where it's happy, and that's what it makes. I mean, basically that's and that's looking pretty good. Curve looks nice. So we go back to my first run with this car. If I can dig it up here. And they had, you can see, I had to pull, there was way too much timing in it. So the knock sensor's basically coming into the pull, It had a lot of timing in it, but the knock sensors were starting to pull timing down here in the mid-range. So off the hit, I was making a little bit more because of the extra timing. Well, it would not sustain that timing. It's, you know, after three or four dyno pulls, you know, I kept getting knocked down here, and obviously here it knocked a ton, and that's why I cut the run a little short, because it was like, all right, this is pulling timing. It was too rich, but he had some other dynographs from some other places, and they were making about this same power. So for whatever reason, the you know, the people who tuned this previously had it set a certain way. I'm not sure why. Again, the knock sensors were going crazy. So I cleaned everything up. You know, basically I smoothed out the timing table. I kind of restructured the whole entire timing table, the main spark tables, and got it to where the knock sensors are. There's a couple little. We can take a look at the data log there, but that's looking good. It's a lot better than where it was. So we did, and hey, we picked up almost 50 horsepower with rear tires. So that's pretty awesome. Actually, my last pull last week on Friday night when I cut the tuning session short because it was getting late and I wanted to head home for Memorial Day weekend. I had a 570 pull in there, 572, something like that. But this was the last one, so I did pull a little bit of timing out of the top just because the knock sensors were still just coming on just a teeny bit, like a half, you know, half 0.7, something like that. And I like to really see hardly anything. So data log. See, there's a tiny little bit of knock sensor, a couple little blips down here. Nothing I'm concerned myself with. 0.3, 0.3, yeah, that's nothing. So I was, like I said, I did make 572, but I was getting the knock sensors were pulling a degree up top, so I dropped the timing down to 16 and a half. I had it about 17 and a half, so kind of ramping up the top end, and it just still was a little bit too much. So this is what leads me to believe that this is a stock LS3 bottom end with an LSA top end on it, is the timing. This much timing making that much power. So, and air fuel, I got it pretty fat, but LSAs don't mind being fat. I've tuned a lot of LSAs, and they don't mind being a little rich, especially when you're just on like 93. They'll tolerate being rich, and then it's safe. So especially, I should say LS3s, stuff with LSA superchargers don't mind being rich. So leaving it a little fat, but you can see the boost is, you know, I mean, we're not running a whole ton of boost here. Looks like probably 7-8 pounds. So just hitting my calculator here. Yeah. Looks like we're hitting 9 pounds in the mid-range here, and then it's dropping off a little bit at the top. That's pretty typical of an LSA blower. So 9 pounds dropping to 8. So yeah, it's because it's got the stock pulleys on it. So it's got stock LSA pulleys on it. But yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna go take it out for a little test drive. Make sure that it's hitting idle and it's driving okay, and the fuel trims all look good. So thanks for watching, guys. That'll do it for this one, and keep checking back on the channel for some more dyno videos.